I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. It is sunshiny but cold here in the Pacific Northwest. My dog heard me talking, so has come to say hello. So I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. We've got a great show for you today. We're working with wire. We're celebrating the end of January with a little wire and tools sale. I'm not a huge wire wrapper, but there's a lot you can do with just a few techniques, which is what I'm going to show you here today. So even if you're not a wire wrapper, that's okay. It's always good to have wire and the tools that go along with it in your repertoire, because it can allow you to do a lot of different things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of. And I can see some comments coming through. So hi, Carol. Always good to see you. Michelle is here from the Art Beads team. Good morning, everyone. Eric says hello. Tanya from South Florida. Hello. Good to see you. So if you want to chat with us and have me be able to see your comments, definitely head on over to artbeads.com/live if you're not there already. I'll be able to see your comments come through. There's little hearts that you can send and they'll float up on the screen. And best of all, you'll be able to easily shop while you watch. You'll be able to see the items that I'm talking about up here, up on the screen. You can hit or click those, add them to your cart, check out, do all of that, and I won't go away. You can also hit that shopping bag that you see on the screen and see everything that I'm talking about in the show. Add it all to your cart and do all of that, and I'll be here the whole time. So definitely head over to artbeads.com/live if you're not here already. Marianne, hello. Sarah, hi. Hazel, Rosie, so good to see everyone. Denise, hello from snowy Colorado. So glad to see you all. So hope you're having a wonderful day. So we're doing some wire wrapping today because we've got a great sale going on. We're doing a wrap up January sale with 20% off wire and tools, which is a really, really good deal. So the wire that I'm showing you today, the tools that I'm working with today, 20% off. And we've got so many good tools and wire selections to choose from. So it's a really good sale. So definitely check all of that out. And I'm going to be showing you different accessories that you can make with wire. I've got my wedding crown that I made and wore on my wedding day, and I'll kind of talk you through how I made that. I've got a wonderful headband that we can wire wrap. I've got combs, and I even pulled some bobby pins because you can easily add a bead or two to a bobby pin for a fun little hair accessory. Yeah, tools on sale. Woo! So that's like not even just wire working tools. I think it's just tools. So 20% off tools is a really great deal. So it's a really good sale. Hi, Jeanette. Good to see you. So we have got a lot of fun that we're going to dive into. And like I said, it's simple wire wrapping that I'm doing here today, but you can create quite a statement, quite a look with just the simplest supplies, but you can make something grand and beautiful. So let's dive in to all of that. Kat, good to see you. So I'm going to flip my screen around and we will get started. Right. So this is the crown I made for my wedding day, and it's just simple wire working. So I actually started with like a 16 gauge wire, one of those thicker wires for the base of my crown, but I have this headband and I think this would be a good one to start with too. You could absolutely start with this headband, which I do have linked in the show, and make that the base for either a headband where you could wear it like this, or like a circlet or a tiara like I did. So that makes a good base for something like this. And then from there, what I did was I just made little arches for these crowns to get like the look that I wanted. And then I wire wrapped all the beads on, and it was super easy. You just wrap. And I have put supplies that are similar to what I used in the show as well. So I used some crystal pearls and crystal bicones. I used some of our lucite flowers. I did this, let's see, when was my wedding? Like 7 or 8 years ago. So we don't have these exact petals, but I did put some similar lucite flowers in the show for you to choose from if you wanted to do something like this. this. I love the lucite flowers. I worked with them in my Mocha Mousse show. They were in a beautiful brown color. And I love these ones too because they remind me, I'm a big like antiques vintage girl. So these lucite flowers really remind me of wax flowers that you see in a lot of crowns and tiaras from the 1800s. So that's what I was going for there. I think it's really beautiful. It matched my dress really nicely. And I attached combs. I took one of the combs off to use for some other project. I'm always kind of repurposing the things I make, but I knew I could just add another comb if I needed to there, which I do have some extra combs here. So maybe I'll just reattach one of those combs there. But I did add combs to the end so it'd be easier. And again, I just wire wrapped them on. So it took, I watched Outlander while I made this really good project for an Outlander binge. And it didn't take very long at all once I got the shape and idea of what I wanted going. So this is my wedding crown, just simple wire techniques. Makes it really easy to make something beautiful and stunning. So yeah, that's my wedding crown. I wore it on my wedding day. And again, just wire techniques to do all of that. And it's just simply twisting wire, which is what I'm going to show you here today. So I've got this wonderful headband that I think makes a great base for a project like this. If you're wanting to make a bridal tiara, a bridal headband, or just something cute for going out, it doesn't necessarily have to be bridal. This is something that you can use in a lot of different situations. I'm going to adjust one of my lights here. There we go. So what I have here, I've got this wonderful headband to start with, and then I have some 24 gauge wire, which I'm going to use to wrap some pearls and beads on here. I've got cream colored prestige crystal color pearls in 4mm size, which is similar to the size that I used in my crown. And then I went for, we have this wonderful mystery pack of 3 tubes of seed beads. So you'll get 3 tubes of seed beads, but it's a mystery what the colors and styles are going to be, which I think is really fun. So I ended up with these beauties, which I actually think look really beautiful together, and I could use them all together. But I thought these would be good for wire wrapping too. Like this color especially looks really nice. And like I said, I love vintage, like very vintage antique style with that. So I think I'm going to use those seed beads along with the pearls that I have here because they're good sizes together. So I'm going to show you just how easy it is to just wire wrap right onto a headband, make a cute little accessory. So wire wrapping is great for making jewelry and also different accessories, whether you're going out on the town, making something for a bride, going to a wedding. It works in so many different ways. So I'm just going to unspool some wire here. I have used that green seed bead color before. It's awesome. Yeah, it's like a nice little green gold. And you know me, I am a Ren Fair girl. I love going to the Ren Fair. Crowns, headbands, tiaras, they are so good for the Ren Fair. I'm just going to, I've got a good amount of wire here to work with, and it gets a little crazy because you've got length to work with. So I've got about an arm span length here. You'll hear it kind of spring and coil, and I'm just going to cut that off. I'm using Tronics cutters here. They're absolutely worth the splurge. They're some of my favorite cutter. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's coming undone. Ah! I'll just leave that over there to go crazy. All right, and then let's see, where did my wire go? In the midst of that, I lost my wire. Where did it go? Oh, come on. There it is. Okay. So we've got our wire. I do that all the time. I'm glad I'm not alone. So this is great for Ren Fair too. If you want to make like a custom crown or headband, or for cosplay, again, it works in so many different settings. So I'm just going to start by wrapping the wire to the headband, and I'm going to kind of try and see where I want. I could go all the way. In fact, maybe we do that. if we cover this whole thing with pearls and seed beads, I think it would be really pretty. So I'm going to start down here. I added a spool tamer to shopping bag for the crazy wire. Thank you, Michelle. What a good plug for that. Yeah, you'll definitely want a spool tamer because it can get a little unruly, but that's the craziest part of the project. So that's good. So what I've done here is I'm going to start right at this bend on the headband. And I've bent the wire and I've got a few inches here, or a couple inches. And I'm going to take my pliers here and just coil this around at the bottom here. So you're just getting this wire fixed onto your headband. So then you can start adding the beads. So I'm just wrapping that around the end there. And this one, I'm not mad about it ending in the front because my hair is unruly, and if I ended it in the back, I feel like it would snag my hair more in the back of the headband. So I'm folding the end of that wire actually to the surface of my headband, and I'm not mad about that. I'm also going to wrap this longer end around a little bit more too. I need that spool tamer, awesome tool. Ooh, I collect teapots, and Michelle says, you would like the teacup beads. They are so much fun to use. Yes, right up your teapot loving alley. So I'm just coiling this wire around a little bit more, and then I'm stopping at the front. So now we can start adding beads here. And I am going to start with a pearl. So I've got that pearl. I'm going to put it on my wire here. Tamers work really well for thread and beading wire as well. Ah, awesome, Amy. And then I'm just feeding that pearl down the length of my wire, and it can get squirrely. I'm trying to do this like in front of you guys on camera. If it were just me, I would be doing this over here, not in front of my tray, so the wire wouldn't get in my way. There we go. So I've added my pearl to the front, and I'm just going to coil that wire a couple times around the front of that headband. And then we're ready to add another one. I'm going to alternate seed beads and pearls here. So I'm adding a seed bead. And that's it. Like, you just keep going from there. So this is a really good project for someone who's intimidated by wire or just getting started, want to like dip your toes. Just start wrapping beads onto different things. So I've added my seed bead there. Oh, those look really good together. And I'm just going to wrap this wire a couple times around the front of that headband, making sure my tension is good. And you can always like use your fingers and use your pliers to adjust. Look at how pretty that is. So then we're going to add another pearl. So adding another one of these are such pretty pearls too. This is the Prestige Crystal Cream Pearl in 4mm. And I did add some seed bead blends and crystal blends to the shopping bag. So head on over to artbeads.com/live if you're not here already and check out what I have in that shopping bag. I added a few different options that I thought you guys might like for your wire wrapping. So we've got that pearl in place. Just kind of making sure it's laying right, using my fingers to adjust that, and then wrapping a couple times. And then we want to make sure that wire is facing up at the top of the surface of the headband. And then we're going to add another seed bead. Yeah, this is a really great color of seed beads. So pretty. All right, down the wire it goes. And once you get things like kind of going, the wire gets less crazy. There we go. That's in place. Wrap around a couple times. So this is exactly the technique I did for my wedding crown. It's just a lot of wrapping, adding what beads you want, and just going. So it's good to do with friends where you can chat while you're watching a show. And it's an easy technique, so you can totally zen out and do it while listening to an audiobook, watching a show, chatting with friends. It's a really good background project. So we've got that pearl in place. Yeah, the pearls are so pretty. I love them too. I'm gonna push that down and then go. So you can do that for the length of the headband. So we're just going to go. Nice simple headband without making a crown. Yeah, I wanted to, we've got the very intricate, beautiful crown that you can absolutely do as a beginner too. But I did want to show the headband because, of the simplicity. Like, more people are probably going to wear a headband than a crown. So that is wonderful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, these colors are so pretty together. Okay, now we've got another pearl. Put that on. And you don't need a whole lot of tools for this. I've got my cutters and my chain nose pliers, and those will be 20% off during our wire and tool sale, which is great. And that's really all you need for something this simple. And Michelle did put the wire tamer in the show if you need to tame all of that wire. So we are like moving and grooving here. This is looking beautiful. And look at the side profile too. So this is going to be something really beautiful when you put it on. It's just going to look, oh, so good. So this is something I could wear with a cute little summer or winter outfit to the Ren Fair. It would look really good with some of my Ren Fair outfits that I have. You could totally wear this, like switch out the seed beads for like a pearl, another pearl color, or the same pearl color or crystal. Get like a little bridal thing going. Just absolutely lovely. Looking so good. And so you just simply keep going with that all the way down the length of your headband. And to finish it, what you would do is coil the wire around plain with no beads, exactly like how you started it. And again, I would finish the end of the wire to the front of the headband so it doesn't snag in your hair. Usually we're ending that wire on the back of a project so you don't see it, but I would finish it to the front so you're not snagging your beautiful tresses. All right, and then you add another seed bead. Oh, sometimes the beads go flying. We've got that crazy wire. There we go. It's like a roller coaster, just like how it spirals. There we go. And there we go. Add another. Hi, Georgina. Good to see you. We're just doing some simple wire wrapping techniques to make different accessories, whether they be bridal or just fancy date night out, whatever. So I'm making a little beaded headband here. You could make tiaras, and we've got some barrettes too. I did want to show you too how you can do this for a bobby pin, because I think that's a really fun one too. So let's just add a few more beads here. And you could absolutely, you don't have to do the full length. Let's say you just wanted like beads kind of at the top of this headband. You could start here and just do a little section. You could even color block too. Like I'm doing an alternating pattern. I could do like a block of these green seed beads, maybe do a block of yellow, and then alternate like that block of color. Like there's so many different ways you could do this. And as Ashley said, this is so fun, easy, and beautiful. Exactly. I know wire wrapping can be very intimidating for people, myself included, because there's some amazing, intricate wire wrapping projects out there that involve a lot of different techniques, a lot of different tools. But if you are just getting started and want to just dive in, this is a really good project because it's pretty foolproof. Like, you're just wrapping, and that's easy, and you can do it to so many different surfaces. I'm simply wrapping to this, and then once you get comfortable with something like that, this is very similar. All I did was I added some wire loops to make the loops of my tiara, and then I wrapped beads onto that. So there's a little more moving around these little loopies, but same principle. So it's just really fun and easy. So really good gateway into wire wrapping. And even if you're experienced, sometimes you just want a project that's gratifying, simple, and gives you something pretty at the end. This is that project. And I love that we have headbands. The headband is in the shopping cart at artbeads.com/live. So definitely check that out. I love that we have headbands that we can do this with, because you can use this as the base for something simple like this, or you could add those loopies like I did on my crown. So that's it. You just keep wrapping, and then eventually you'll get to the other side and have this gorgeous headband full of personality that you made, which is so fun. I did want to show how to do a little bobby pin as well, and maybe we'll wrap on these combs, because you can do the same thing on these combs to make a cute little bridal comb or whatever. Yes, we have bobby pins too. I did not know that. Okay. So I just grabbed bobby pins that I had at home, and I'm just going to cut some wire here. So what you could do, this is really fun and makes a really nice little hair accessory. The wire is entertaining all on its own. I didn't know we had bobby pins on the website. That's very cool. So I just cut off, I don't know, this is a little over a foot. You probably need even less. And let's say you just want a nice little pin with a pearl on it to just stick in like a fancy chignon or like an intricate braid, whatever. I'm just going to put that pearl on the center here and loop the end of that wire on that bobby pin. And loop the other one this way. And then you would just wrap this around that bobby pin, and I'm going to use my pliers here to get it nice and tight. There we go. Just coil that wire around your bobby pin. Bobby pins are now in the shopping bag. Thank you. So you can just get everything that you need right here. So head on over to artbeads.com/live. And these bobby pins are probably like made to attach something at the top. Like there's probably a little bit more extra space at the top than the ones I'm using. And yes, we do have the combs in the shopping bag as well. So click that shopping bag that you see on your screen if you're watching over at artbeads.com/live, and you'll see the combs too. And Michelle put them up on the screen as well. So we've got the combs in there too. I'm just going to coil this wire here. So yeah, so you can just add a little pearl to the top of your bobby pin and then stick that in a bun or hairstyle that's a little more fancy. And you have got a little cute little pearl to accent your hair. So you can make a bunch of these and put them in your hair, and it'll look so pretty. And this is good like if you're planning something in a pinch. Like let's say you're like making an outfit for a ball you're going to and you need pearls in your hair. Just make some of these and you're good to go. You're golden. How pretty is that? And then once you stick it in your hair, you'll just have that pearl sticking out. So it is really beautiful. Gorgeous, pretty little pearl on the top of your bobby pin. Do they come in silver? Yes, the comb does come in silver, but it's sold out right now. So we just have gold here. And it looks like Michelle put an idea for one of our barrette styles, one of our pins. So thank you, Michelle. I'm going to trim these wires here. So yeah, so I didn't even need that foot either. I could have got away with a little bit of a shorter length, and I'm just going to tuck these wires here. And mine is a little messy, but I'm sure you could do a cleaner job. But yeah, just put that in your hair and you have got a cute little beaded accent in your style. And you could do bigger pearls too if you wanted more of a statement. That would be so cute. Yeah, headband, bobby pin for sure. So I am making a dress that looks like Drew Barrymore's dress from the movie Ever After, where she goes to the ball and she has that braided hairdo. So I want to do that, and then I'll probably put little pearls in the braids to make it just pop a little bit more. So definitely using that technique for a look that I'm going to be rocking soon. And then you can do the same thing that we did with that headband on the comb as well. So let's do it. I just love the simplicity of this kind of wire work because you can do so many different things with the same technique. It's really fun. So I'm going to cut some wire here. And what I also like about wire working too is, like, let's say you don't cut enough wire to finish your headband or whatever. It's usually really easy to just finish the wire you're working with, like coil it around like we did at the start of that headband, and then work in a new piece of wire. So it's a very forgiving technique too. So I'm just going to wrap this wire around the end of this comb, and I was watching the camera and not what I was doing. So let's pay attention to what we're doing. Yes, totally great. There we go. Oops. There we go. And again, I'm totally fine with ending this coil on the front so it's not snagging your hair as much on the back. Becky and I have similar tastes in movies. Love Ever After. I always wanted the pearl lace head wrap. Oh yeah, like the snoods. Oh, those are so pretty. So let me try this again. I think I need a little more length here. I'm going to start over on the other end. Hi, Moni. Cut off that end and start over here. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start between this first comb so it doesn't fall off. Haha, Sharon, go Chiefs. Yeah, they're going to the Super Bowl, right? Taylor Swift's boyfriend, go Taylor Swift's boyfriend. So we're gonna wrap this around like that. Yeah, that works a little bit better to start there. Give it all a little squeeze so it's nice and tight on there. Pull that a little more. There. Okay, so now we've got that on there. You can make a comb to match your headband or just make all pearls. I think I might do all pearls on this one. I know, it's another Chiefs-Eagles matchup. And she does have a song about owning an Eagles t-shirt. So where does her real loyalties lie? There, so I just added the pearl. I did one wrap around. Because we're dealing with these little combs here, I'm just going to do one coil around until we get to the front. So I'm ready to add another pearl. This is going to be so pretty, I think. So we've got that. So I'm kind of going like between the necks, you've got this pearl between these two tines, and then I'm going after the last tine where the pearl is added, and I'm just going to adjust the placement of that. There we go. And then I'm just wrapping up until I'm in place to add the next pearl. So I'm not really coiling around the base as much as I was on the headband because we've got those combs to work between. But the combs kind of help keep these pearls in place too. So I've got this pearl in place. I'm going to wrap around. I'm using my finger to keep that pearl in place. Wrap between these two combs, the next set of 2 tines of the comb. And I'm going to pull tight. There we go. There. Isn't that pretty? Her loyalties lie with Travis, I think. I think you're right, Mary. Let's hope. There we go. But then it's like, it's such interesting drama because, well, no, his brother retired from the Eagles, right? He's not on the Eagles anymore. But he was the last time they played. Yay, I'm so glad you think it's pretty. I think it is too, and so easy to do. It just looks a little crazy because sometimes wire is like all floppy and it's going everywhere, but it's easy. Then go between that next tine. Add a pearl, go between the next tine. And this is such an in look too. Like, great for bridal, but also people have been rocking the pearl hair accessories just as a cute little plus to their everyday style. This with like a black turtleneck, some bows. It's just like, that's it, right? So this is just a good project for all of this. Perfect for spring and summer updos, if that's a word. I think it's a word, yes. Mary, the headband, yes, absolutely. You can go back and watch the replay. This video will be available after the fact, but the headband is quite a similar technique to what I'm doing here with this barrette. So let's finish up the barrette because we definitely can. We have time for that for sure. Pearls in general have a comeback, I think. I agree, Sharon. They're having a moment. And so the crystal pearls are great for that because they're very uniform. So if you're looking for a uniform look, that definitely is there. And then they're a little bit more economical than real pearls. If you want the look of a pearl, but not necessarily the price, these are a good option. And then there's so many like beautiful colors you can choose from. And all of those colors will have a uniformity to them. But we also have freshwater pearls too, I believe, on the website as well, if that's something you're looking for. But the crystal pearls, oh man, I just love them. Look at how pretty that is looking great. I've always liked the look of pearls. Yeah, I mean, antique girl. So pearls are perfect. Like they speak of this like old world elegance. They're really sophisticated. Yeah, pearls have always been beautiful. All right, we're almost to the end of this lovely little barrette. So you can quickly make something that looks high-end with a little bit of wire and some pearls. Pearls are my birthstone, so always in style for me. Love that, Amy, for sure. All right, last pearl. There we go. So now that I've reached the end, look how pretty that is. Now that I've reached the end, I'm just going to coil that wire around the end. And you could even like go back and do that where you go through the tines the other way if you have enough wire and kind of go over those wraps that you made if you want to. You'll see the wire a little bit, but that kind of secures the pearls in place a little more too. I'm just going to do that like for a couple and see what that does, but it fits quite nicely in there. So maybe I'll go the whole way. So that's fun too about wire, is you can kind of like play around and see what works for you. Because I kind of like what that's doing. And if you don't like it, like you can just undo it because you're just twisting this around. So it's a fun technique to play with. That's kind of nice. I like that a lot, actually. It just adds a little bit more texture, I think. There we go. There we go. So yeah, wire wrapping is fun because it's pretty easy, approachable to do, and there's room to play around, which I love. I like experimenting in my designs for sure. Yay! Heading out to the Tucson Gem Show venues. Thank you for the inspiration, Becky. Eric, I believe, is in the chat, but that's exciting that you're going to one of the Tucson shows. Have fun. Oh, are you asking if Eric is in Tucson? I see. I don't know if Eric's in Tucson. I think he's at home, but he's here in the chat. All right, and that, let's see if I can bring that. So I'm going to tuck the end of that wire just around. So I've wrapped the wire around as much as I can. I'm just tucking that end of my wire around this comb because it kind of works perfectly around the tine of the comb. There we go. Didn't even have to trim the end of my wire because I kind of wrapped it around back in to these pearls. And you can kind of adjust too if you see like some pearls are getting out of line. You can just adjust these and straighten them out a little bit. There we go. How pretty. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. So that turned out really lovely. Oh, it's so pretty. So super easy, super quick, but it looks intricate, elegant, sophisticated. That is just so pretty. And again, the luster on those crystal pearls is really nice. So look at what we've made. We've made a little comb, we made little bobby pins, and we started work on a headband, which I will absolutely finish and turn into something worthy of the Ren Fair. So really beautiful. So really fun technique. Great for getting started in wire wrapping if you're intimidated. I love it. It's a great little entry into the techniques of wire wrapping. And then once you like make a bunch of stuff like that, you can do more and learn more techniques and just like up your game. So very fun. This is what I love to do with wire, and good news about wire and our tools right now. If you're watching live, they're 20% off. We're wrapping up January with a wire and tool sale. So it's a great time to dive in if you haven't already, or if you're wanting to stock up and get more wire or need more tools. So really wonderful. Yeah, so pretty. I need to make some for my daughter and granddaughter. Oh, I bet they would love them. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Let's flip back to my face and maybe I can model these. We'll see. My hair's a little unruly sometimes, but we will see if we can make this work. So, oh my gosh, so pretty. Yeah, now obviously I'm not a stylist by any means, but if you had a really pretty, like if you wrapped this and then maybe did like a little tuck, I don't know what that looks like, but you get the idea. We need a hairstylist stat. So that would be really pretty. Or you could just have like a beautiful crown. Look at that, so pretty. I love my crown. I really like how that turned out. I've worn this too. So I made this for my wedding, wore it for my wedding. I wore it to Disneyland. They have this event called Dapper Day where you dress vintage, and I did like a 1920s inspired look, and I wore this crown because my look was inspired by Princess and the Frog. So I did like this 1920s Princess and the Frog look with my wedding crown. I might wear this again with the dress that you see when I flip my camera. I might wear it with that dress because it matches. So yeah, I love my wire wrapped wedding crown, and then like the little bobby pins. You can stick this in anywhere, like just a little dot of shine, of luster. So really, really beautiful. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, I love how that crown turned out, and I have used it not just for my wedding, I use it for all kinds of different things. So that is my little intro into wire wrapping. You can truly wire wrap on all kinds of different surfaces and make all kinds of different things, all kinds of different accessories. And you can do the same kind of things on like wire frames for your jewelry, memory wire bracelets. That all applies to jewelry as well. It's a super simple technique that can be used in so many different ways. That's why I love it. So yeah, so if you have items in your cart and you're watching here over at artbeads.com/live, definitely complete your order before the show ends. Make sure to check out, get all your goodies, and get them at that wonderful 20% off price on wire and tools. It's a really good time to be shopping. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and wire wrapping with me. We had some fun. We had some wire adventures. Sarah's going to be doing some more wire fun tomorrow, and we've got videos that you can watch from previous days. So much inspiration over at artbeads.com/live. So there's always something beautiful to inspire you over there. So thank you guys so much. Yes, Kim, I hope you have a wonderful weekend as well, and I will see